All right. First, try to do this. This is my idea for the solution for America and the world. What needs to happen is we need to have a libertarian, clean federal government and a socialist 50 states government to separate the power and the money. The biggest problem we have is endless wars, endless corruption, and no accountability. So we have the means to do this, to use the actual reality of what we have right now is two different layers of doing exactly the same thing. The federal government does socialism and the state governments do socialism. There's no technical reason why both have to do that. So to separate the power and money, the power of money is to stop using the federal government to do socialism. Because the socialism at the federal level is centralized, absolute power, no accountability. And the opposite solution that I propose is to have the state governments do all the socialism, all the money, and militarism, which is basically empire, in the empire, and fulfill the people of America's needs without endless corruption. So the role of the federal government will be to be a libertarian-based oversight, accountability function, defense of the nation. As Ron Paul said, a well-armed nuclear submarine fleet could easily perform all the functions of military defense. We can withdraw from all of our empire positions. We have 800 bases all over the world. We're basically in World War II plus, endless war that never stopped after World War II. We, in this endless militarism empire, have a fleet of nuclear submarines for defense. And also the benefit is that libertarians are maximally progressive about maximizing the economics. So we can reform the other issue, which is centralization of economic power. Besides military, all the centralization of powers are wrong. There's military centralization, there's economic centralization. The idea of a free market is the opposite of one bank, one company, one Walmart, centralization of any power. Goes throughout the spectrum of government, military, religious. You can't have religious maximum power, you can have economic maximum power, you can have government maximum power. All these centralizations of power are literally the root cause of all of our problems. So this solution is a broad spectrum solution. We will have, however we're going to implement it, we create the solution to write it into law of voting for libertarians only for the federal government and it's going to be up to the states to decide democratically how much socialism that they want to support all their citizens, or use the ancient way of using churches before the government was taking care of everyone. The churches were taking care of everyone. Some states may decide that the churches will be the NGOs, and like that's another option, is that you don't necessarily have to have the government taking care of everyone. The people can help everyone voluntarily. Coercion that's the basis of libertarianism, is non-coercion. Centralization of power is force by violence, threat of violence. We have the military. We are a warlord. It's basically an advanced form of neo-feudalism is what central power is. Rule by force. There's nothing wrong with human beings that contradicts the idea that they wouldn't take care of themselves if they were actually given the opportunity, which they have in the demonstration of the religion. Religion has performed all the functions of government, having the ideological sort of groundwork, and the helping people that are in need, and like hospitals. Churches create hospitals. So this concept that government solves our problems is false, because the fact is people are good, and the people will help each other, and we don't need what is literally being displayed as a corrupt, stealing and killing, mass murdering government pretending to be helping us, because they're not. The government doesn't help you. They do what they have to do to keep the system going, and then they actually steal and mass murder and lie, and actually create plagues. They formed a monopoly partnership with pharma and create a plague in 2020. So we don't need this. So I'm presenting the idea that we form whatever implementation that we need to have a libertarian, which is the perfect decentralization of power ideology, running the federal government, and every state will have every option with perfect or failed. It's not the central government where everyone is either helped or hurt. We have, instead of having to move to a different country to avoid the problems, you just have a problem of your state. If one state is failing, you can move to another state much easier than you can move to a different country and you have to speak a different language. It's obviously hugely advantageous to do this solution. So this is my plan, and I really haven't seen this represented in the media or anywhere. So I'm presenting this to the people, and we need to get behind it. It's not left or right. It's up and down. Out there, like the current people that are running things, the corporations, the media, and the government, are pushing everyone to go to global government, which will have zero representation. You can never get represented democratically if you have global government. You're literally ruled by absolute planetary kings that, like, if you think that your vote doesn't count at a 330 million United States level, if you think your vote will count at a 6 billion level, I think you're seriously mistaken. It's literally a takeover of maximum dystopia. So this is what I think, and like, I honestly believe it's not being spoken before. So like, I'm trying to get this to be as widespread as possible. Share this message, like, join my channel, and thank you for listening.